Oof. Well, maybe I'm just briefly letting myself be distracted by Discord. That is a mood, Jindra. It is quite late, so I presume you're going to bed. But all the same, I will ask you, how is you? Tired? God, ain't that a mood? I had an eventful day yesterday. I ended up buying a new car. Well, new as in it has 70,000 miles on it, but it's a 2021. So, may as well be new. The first voice crack wasn't intended. The rest of those were. Hello, Nox. How is you? But yeah, I spent like the better part of like Jesus Christ, 10 hours total today, rough bouts, just grinding in Tokyo Mirage sessions, and I'm just like putting it down for the night. And it's like, oh, I'm good. Playing Pal World. Hey, you enjoy that or whatever. That's about as much interest as I'll take in that. Nothing against you. It's against the CEO of the company that, has shit about that game. But go have fun. Like, no, genuinely go have fun. Did my old car die in a crash or part wear? My old car had 225,000 miles on it. The brakes needed replacing. The windshield needed replacing. Just because of general wear. Started to note that the thermostat wasn't reading properly, and the heat wasn't turning on appropriately. So that was probably a thing. Also, have you seen the roadmap for Pal World? No, because I do not give a shit about that game. I'm going to be perfectly frank. The CEO is making his company make a game that has AI generation as its main staple, so frankly, fuck them and fuck their game. However, like I said to Nox, if you're already playing it or you already bought it, go have fun. Good, you good in my eyes, because like that's a future endeavor. This is the equivalent of me saying like, "Fuck you, EA, I ain't buying any of your shitty games," and someone's like, "Yo, Battlefield 4 is like the tightest shit," and I'd be all like, "Cool, bro, you go have fun." But fuck you, EA. This is the same. Let's just say the game is fine for an early release, but the roadmap is very short. Oh no. Anyway, where was I? Old car, brakes need changing, windshield need replacing. Pretty sure that something was going wrong with some system or another because the thermostat wasn't reading appropriately and the heat wasn't going appropriately. Tires would need to be replaced eventually. They were getting worn down. Filters needed changing, though that's really cheap at the end of the day. I mean, it really boiled down to car was fucking old. Value of the car was so far into the pit that just replacing the brakes alone might total the damn thing. So, oh, and one of the tires was probably leaking air, but at a very slow rate, because about once every couple of weeks I'd have to refill it with air, which is not good. So, which, given the dev is also famous for full price early release abandonware. I mean, I've only seen a few games on Steam from that developer, but all the same. Granted, people were pulling up like images of what looked like a Hollow Knight look-alike. Also, it's the middle of the night. This is currently my project. I'm just playing Minecraft casually. I'm not trying to play it with an end goal in mind. So right now I've been busy trying to build my fortress, but I got a little distracted clearing out some gravel, and now it is nighttime, and I have an axe. So any fuckers try to fuck with me, I'm gonna murder them. But I will need a pickaxe if I want to keep digging. Yeah. Probably could also... No, I already have torches. We good. Folks on the stream, can you see everything okay, or... do I need to, like, place torches down? I don't know if Twitch is like YouTube and that's like, oh, you're trying to show people shit? Fuck you! Or whatever. Because I know YouTube is infamous with its compression of making anything lighting related look like absolute garbage. Like darks end up being too dark. As in releasing potentially promising games as early release, taking all the money, ditching it when it stopped making money, using half of that for their next project while pocketing the other half. Ooh, I don't like the history of that. You know what's sad is my friend bought Craftopia for me. And, you know, that's one of the games that that dev has made. And it's fine. I like it well enough. My friend does tune into the streams, which, hi, hello. If they're watching the VOD anyway. But I don't know, man. Like, some rubs me about Craftopia when playing it. It's like, this feels a lot like Breath of the Wild, and progression seems artificially and, like, inflated and grindy or something. It's kind of hard to put my finger on it. Apparently it went through a recent update, which puts it more in line of what the developer, quote, wanted, unquote. Not sure the validity of that, but all the same. I'm just surprised so many people were playing the game in the first few days. I don't know how to tell you this, Nox, but it's Pokemon that is edgy as fuck with guns. The internet is not that mature. It also allegedly has like slavery or some shit in it. Like, I'm not 100% sure what the fuck that's about, but that rubs me the wrong way. Like, here's the roadmap for Pal World. Raid bosses, PvP trading. That's it. Yeah, that's unusually short. Don't know how I feel about that. Get above. Because this is the size of a single chunk. And I drew the outline earlier. But obviously I'm digging at such a low altitude that I don't know where the fucking outline is. I got 5 minutes for all that. I'm pretty sure most critters don't want anything to do with being in here, so fine with me. But yeah, as I said, like, I got a bone to pick with the dev, and I am not going to support the dev any further. If I can avoid playing Craftopia, I will. But that said, I have a friend that likes it, kinda, so I mean, if they want to fucking play it, that's fine. You're not gonna catch me streaming it, fortunately or unfortunately, on your views on that. Because I mean, I just don't think it's that interesting of a game compared to like Valheim or something. Oh, I need another pickaxe. Well, Valheim is interesting insofar as it's a survival crafting game with Vikings. Like, it still requires a fair bit of grinding, and it still requires a fair bit of prep work, and it still requires quite an investment of time. Much of that of which is like a problem that I have with a multitude of these games. But it feels fine and fun because the creative aspect is fine and fun. You know, there's also the light grudge against Palworld for taking attention away from all the other good Mon series. Oh yeah, no, trust me, I've noticed. Like, people are kind of grumpy about that one. Because the folks that were playing Palworld are all like, this is what, like, Pokemon should be doing. There's not, like, any good competitors. It's like, I'm sorry, have you been on the internet for the past, like, decade or so? There have been plenty of competitors being released. For Digimon, you're not fucking paying attention to them. For all the indie ones, they're clearly flying under your radar. Yeah, exactly. Looks at Dragon Quest Monsters. There's been kind of a big one released recently, which, to my, like, shame, I've not acquired yet, but Gestures at Car, Gestures at Rat Enclosure that is still without rats. I'm waiting for the independently owned pet store to call me back on that. I trust that they know the breeders, or from what I understand, are breeding the rats, so I don't have to worry about, like, any sort of shenanigans with that. I've been doing some reading on taking care of pet rats. I don't want to fuck this up like I've done as a kid with gerbils. Or rather, I say gerbils because I've owned multiple, but whenever I owned gerbils, it is gerbil singular. One of the handful of fuck-ups I've done owning a gerbil. Or gerbils, rather. They're a social animal. They are not meant to be alone. Oops. Still next to impossible to get a physical copy of Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince in Japan. Almost 2 months out from release. And, tell me, Jindra, on your last excursion to, like, a local shopping center, be it, you know, like a Meijer or a Walmart or whatever the fuck, if they have an electronics section and you went over there and they have video games, tell me, do they still have Dragon Quest Monsters the Dark Prince in stock? Because I believe I know what the answer is, but I want a quick survey from somebody that may be a little biased. They don't have a Switch section. Well, why the fuck not? That's their first fucking problem. Anyway. This is just a good mood, honestly, because it gives me like a minute. Technically, at this point, 135 minutes? No, that's too long. 105 minutes. There we go. Alone with my thoughts. Just to, like, you know, settle down and process the day, which is pretty much exactly what I needed. I didn't want to stream anything big and bold, like RoboQuest, because, like, I just kind of need that relaxation and just hanging out. Part of the problem, of course, is that Square Enix decided, for God knows what reason, that Dragon Quest Monsters would be a minor release and gave it, like, third string price. So it got, like, next to no marketing and shit. Granted, the last time I saw any advertisements for a Dragon Quest Monster game, it was the game on the DS, I believe. And I don't know how well that performed, ultimately. like for this one, like Dark Prince, the most I saw was the announcement trailer. Oh, like there was one small factory making the carts? Ooh. Dog. Man. So the supply chain wouldn't support a big boom. Here's the wall. When the last time a Dragon Quest game didn't sell out day one in Japan, it was 86, I want to say. Yeah, no, Dragon Quest is, like, hugely popular there. And, like, personally, playing what I have of Dragon Quest 8 and Dragon Quest 11, frankly, it deserves more love here as well. But no, people that like RPGs apparently don't like Dragon Quest or don't want to give it a chance. Why? Fuck if I know. But I feel like it's a problem. God, I really got to figure out a way to play and finish Dragon Quest 8. I suppose I could always acquire the 3DS remake of it, but that cost me an arm and a leg, and I still want to fix my new 3DS. American consumers are wacky biased, which is a fancy way to say that they're possibly racist. I'm not being serious for the most part when I say that, but you know a handful of them are precisely that. I mean, do I need to bring up the fact that some of our games reporting stuff when talking about Japanese games would sometimes use racist caricatures? Or I believe this was like specifically with the old G4, not the new one that still for whatever fucking reason decided that it was better to cut their losses and shutter their fucking doors. But apparently like an old host of like the old G4 was quite the racist. That is a way to put it. Also, due to dealing with a prince yesterday in Dragon Quest XI, getting iced in kind of sucks. I pondered how many Dragon Quest Pro tags are princes. Probably not that many. The count is over half. Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm thinking about the protagonist of Dragon Quest VIII, because spoilers, technically, that man was set to marry the princess of that game, so I guess he would be a prince, technically? So, I at least know one. And the protagonist of Dragon Quest XI was kind of supposed to be royalty? At least very important. That's two. So, you know. As we're getting into the spoilers, it's not even technically in Dragon Quest VIII. Oh, I didn't know that, but fair enough. And 1, 2, 6, and 7. Huh. Well then. Like, man. Now you got me reminiscing, because, like, I used to have a fucking demo disc on, like, the Sony PlayStation, and one of the Dragon Quests was advertised on it. I want to say it was 5, but I don't know. Because my ass has, not the best memory at the moment when it comes to that specifically. But, like, I saw it and I'm like, yo, dude, I want to play this game. Not realizing that, like, it was probably old as shit by the time that I had that demo disc. But, like, still, it was, like, one of the first times I'd seen, like, Dragon Quest for real. And it's like, I kind of want to play this. I want to know what the fuck this is about. But I've kind of always been into, like, RPGs since I was a wee lad. For PlayStation 1 would likely be 4, 6, or 7. The fuck happened to 5? Three ends up as a king or queen. Hooray for gender choice, but is never an heir. Sorry, I just saw the number of viewers. I'm like, y'all are really here just to vibe and chill, huh? Alright, fair. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm very entertaining at the moment. I'm just digging. 5 was SNES era that didn't do well enough to get pushed to PlayStation 1 port. Really? Huh. Okay. I honestly don't know which one it would have been. But if we narrow it down, I guess it would have been 4, 6, or 7. Which is fascinating. I mean, that would imply that 4 was also SNES, but then got pushed up to have a PlayStation 1 port. That begs the question. Was 6 and 7 also, like, SNES era and then got pushed up? Or were those, like, proper... 4 was NES. Oh! So for its PlayStation 1 port, did it get a remake / remaster? Or was it still, like, pixel graphics? 6 was dual published SNES PlayStation 1. Yes. So it was still pixel graphics. And then, well, still sprites. But not in a 3D environment. Like, that is a key detail that I do remember, is I believe that the characters were, like, 3D models, still stuck to a grid system, and the environments were 3D. Seven was first 3D Dragon Quest. I guess that narrows it down. It must have been 3D. Or, 7. Ow. Son of a bitch. You know, this is why I don't like playing Minecraft with the objective of, like, I'm gonna go to the end, and I'm gonna go kill the Ender Dragon. Which I'm glad I did that once. Because, like, it takes so much fucking time. And so many goddamn resources that, like, just, nah. Nah. Like, properly playing through Minecraft, going to the end and killing the Ender Dragon, I would say was not a hell in and of itself, but was certainly a time. Not the most enjoyable one. Like, especially, like, grinding for levels and shit just to get enchantments, which thankfully I misconstrued because I thought, like, the highest enchantment attempt that you would get would cost you 30 levels of EXP. Thankfully I was wrong and it actually only costs you 3, but, you know. I have to check something on Steam. What you checking? Well, I will let you answer once you go and check, rather. I don't mean to, like, interrupt the noises of, like, the blocks being broken, because honestly, it's, like, kind of weirdly stimulating for my fucking brain, but, like, that was basically the point I was gonna make. Like, huh, this is nice, just to listen to. Brain enjoys it. God damn it. That noise I do not enjoy. And that noise can go die in a hole. Well, I will want not for cobblestone for a while. Which is good, I guess? I don't know. You know what is nice about mining out a whole ass chunk? Nothing seems to be spawning down here. And nothing cares to get too close because the drop would actually hurt it, so. Perks of mining a whole ass chunk, I suppose. I can still definitely hear them getting close. Yeah. Don't want to fall. Ow. Said I didn't want to. That doesn't mean I won't. Of course, none of the early Dragon Quest ports get put up on Steam. Unlike the absurdly low-quality Final Fantasy ports. Can we... No, I was gonna be like, can we not insult Final Fantasy 7 on, like, Steam? But then I'm like, no, you right. Honestly, I might fucking rebuy it for the Switch. But, yeah, no, if I want to play, like, any of the Dragon Quest games in this modern day and age, I either have to dig it up from secondhand, and you know it's gonna cost an arm and a fucking leg. Or I could always go the route that Square Enix definitely is not a fan of. Oh no, you're talking about the Android parts of 1 and 6, or 1 through 6. Weren't those delisted? I mean, you're probably talking about, like, in the past, but weren't those delisted since pixel remakes are a thing now? Or pixel remasters? Or... Yes, but they were up for a time. That's right. I was like, wait a minute, no, you... But if you own them, like, they're differentiated as, like, Final Fantasy V, Pixel Remaster, Final Fantasy V, old version. And I do believe that they still technically have Final Fantasy IV 3D up, because that one was the 3DS port. But there were also Android ports of Dragon Quest 1 through 6, but those didn't get ported. Interesting. And were those also absurdly low quality, or? Comparatively, no. Interesting. Oops. I have a method. I'll follow my method. If I check this, I should be sitting on 105. Or 100. That's... I have to remember how the fuck to read this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that's block 100. Good. No, I'd be playing Minecraft with mods right about now, but, like, I just kind of want the vanilla experience. Like, going back to Terraria. Like, I'd probably be fine just playing Terraria, granted, in hard mode, but, like, not really running around trying hard, just digging shit up and doing my own thing. And I only say, in hard... Excuse me, I don't know where the fuck that came from. And I only say in hard mode because, like, I want access to, like, every single block and every single NPC. Oh, come on. Look how close we are. Ugh, you son of a bitch. Not that I'd be very creative in Terraria either. My MO whenever I play a game like this is, make a castle! And it's like, God, Mana, you are boring as fuck sometimes. You know that? I try not to be, but... Well, no buts. I do my best not to be boring, what I should be saying. No buts about that. Let's break to this. Okay, I do have where the chunk ends. Is this a waste of resources? Yes. Do I care? No. You tend to make skyscraper towers with minor mob farms ringing the edge. I mean, fair. That's how people play Minecraft. I, for better or worse, did not do that when I finally beat the Ender Dragon. So as you might imagine, I had a bit of a time getting the shit that I needed. I want to worry about the floor later. Right now, I would just like plotting out what I'm going to do here. Well, I should probably move all the dirt that's in here to another box. Because the idea is... Do I want the walls? Well, no, I want the walls to be within the chunk. The walls are going to be, like, right here. Okay. To get that up, you press and hold F3 and then press G, by the way. Don't ask me why it's G, it just is. Alright, I don't have the wood to do what I ultimately want to do here. And what are our dimensions, anyway? So we've got 16. The interior is going to be 14 and it's square. I can make it not square. So for this section, I think it's fine being square because we want it to be floor, air, 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 ceiling, and then floor above that. If some of that floor happens to be dirt, that's fine. It probably won't be because there's still like walls that need to be covered, but hey. In this case, air, 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 and ceiling. This is as far as we're building up. I could have... Don't like gravel. You can fuck off. No, genuinely, I detest gravel with like a fucking fiery passion. You could try to ask me why, and the answer is always the same. I don't know. I just do. It bothers me. Usually because it just breaks the whole symmetry thing or whatever when it comes to, like, dirt. But I'm always glad when a mod gives me the ability to, like, mine multiple blocks at once, because I will take a shovel and very satisfyingly just mine up all the gravel. Be like, ah, that's better. Because fuck gravel. But sincerely, do not fuck gravel. That sounds like it would hurt. Unless you're into that, in which case, I still don't advise it, because you might cut your dick. Or your vagina. That, don't do that. And I feel like I do some, with some tunes in the background. My usual repertoire of what I listen to is very much can be copyright claimed, so no music for me. Like, I could see what I purchased from Popsky. I really do need to listen to his work, man. I still feel bad. A lot of shit, haven't listened to it. It's like buying a painting, never bother looking at it. I mean, this will break up my idea of what's going on down here even more, but I will sooner accept cobblestone than I will accept gravel. Because at least you take a fucking pickaxe to it. I think that's what bothers me about gravel. It's like one of those fucking blocks that you find underground, and it's not dirt, and it looks like stone. So you're trying to smack it with your pickaxe, and then 3 minutes into doing that, you're like, wait a minute. Fuck. Then you have to start the whole damn process all over again. It is, as they say in the business, the worst. Okay. Let's fill that in. I will figure out where to put a staircase. We're laying down a floor plan. I had to be predisposed to what I'm going to do to the next floor above. Probably going to be stone brick instead of cobblestone. Like, I'm doing cobblestone now because it's readily available. I have a ton of it. Can I hold? No, I cannot. Doop. Stuff in. Boop, 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 boop. And this way I can move that chest. Got it. Little beans. Because it's going to take me a minute to get back out of here. We've got 14 to play with. Can't divide it by 3. Can't divide it by 4 or 5. Divide it by 7. If you ask me what am I muttering about, it's about torch spacing and placement. Probably one of those reasons I'm really bad at, like, house and interior design, because I don't really like asymmetry. So it ends up getting under my skin. I tend to make my shit rectangles. Rectangles or squares. Those plate. I can barely see. Just put some temporary torches up. Figure it out. Figure out the math in a second. You guys probably can't see diddly. Okay. I never like placing them in the corners. So I should honestly probably treat it like the size is actually 12. Like this. Which can be neatly split into 3, so the spacing can be 4. Or I can neatly split it into 4, so the spacing can be 3. So 1, 3. I fucked up. Rage. Rage, 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 rage. Oh, son of a bitch, that only works once. An odd number, huh? Break my heart. Alright. Well, in the name of symmetry. Spacing is 4. Ah, hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But, I mean, the change would be 3, and then there'd just be too much space between them, so I'd sooner this. You see my problem? Now I wonder if it's too close to the corner. if you look at it that way, in a weird way, it's still following that pattern. I just eyeballed that one. I wasn't even sure if I counted right. Oh. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Tell you what. Shenanigans. Okay, and then the big thing is that the middle is darkened, which is not what you want. And besides, a room like this wouldn't even have the potential to exist in real life. So, in that weirdness that has been caused by the fact that I'm going to make it this big. We are going to make a support beam. Should I make it one more bigger? If I did, then it'd be like 4 as like the equivalent of a circle. Yeah, but then it would feel really cramped down. Yeah, I guess it depends on how tall I build it as to how much it makes sense. I mean, we're also going to need like a staircase up. If I want it 3 wide, yeah, okay. Okay, fine. I probably want the entrance that way. So thinking about it, that sounds... I don't know how big it's gotta be, but I'm gonna need a staircase. Right. Sure. Oops. Not quite ready to dedicate like some other stuff with this, but no. Hello? Huh. Nothing spawned on my roof ceiling at the moment. These were actually stairs. Sim by doing this. That open. That open. Perfect. Stairs in here. You have plenty of space. You can turn, go that way. Establish like handrails on these stairs. Really goddamn wide. Most people probably wouldn't make them this wide, but I am a grandiose motherfucker, and I do what I want. Probably want like around back here. And doubtless, I do not believe I would be able to like squeeze a staircase. Well, maybe I could. Which, oh, no, I need. So I need 1, 2, 5. I don't think I've got that much. I mean, I maybe could, but then the back side of this would have to go. I think what I'll do is I'll have like something over there specifically. Because, like, I like I just like fucking around a lot when it comes to these games, too. So it's like, you know, it'd be cool if, like, there was, like, a secret lab or something hidden behind this doorway. I'm gonna double check the count really quick. Which, again, it took me, like, forever and a year to actually sit down and, you know, beat the Ender Dragon. Just, like, whenever I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do that, I'd be like, but what if I did this? Like, I totally pissed about and, like, made a working concealed entrance out of redstone without looking it up. Couldn't tell you how we did it now, but I could probably figure it out again. This is going. This will probably end up being like the mine. Or at least what I'll consider the mine layer. Part of what I want to put together, actually. Could make something of a vertical mine shaft. Those were fun back in, like, Alpha 0.2 or whatever. Because, like, you want to save resources on torches, and stone was quite plentiful, and you get infinite wood effectively, so just dig down. Big ass square. Oh, yeah, that is a point. This thankfully stops on the appropriate layer. What's this? Yep, okay. Because there's something I forgot, and that's the floor and ceiling layer. Okay, when I said this was going to be the mine... I'm gonna die. I don't have a bed. Well, I'm alive. Somehow. Gonna light this the fuck up. Suddenly creeper. Nox? What the fuck, man? Oh, I didn't turn mob griefing off. That's fine. Son of a... Stay the fuck down there. Nox, I swear to God. Stop fucking jinxing shit. I don't want to fuck with the spider, because the spider, if fucked with, will kill me. For sure. And I have to... Why are there two of you? Okay, well. This temporarily has to be sealed off. Because it broke into a cave. And I'm dying. And I don't have a bed. So that's fun. So yeah, there has to be one more step here. But that was still appropriately big enough for the stairs itself. Yeah, this would be the floor layer, which is technically on far enough to have an entry over here. Although, based on where this is placed, yeah, it'd still be a box-shaped house. There's sheep. There's graciously iron down there, but I have to smelt it. Yes, there's one down the hillside. I need to make a bed, and I need to not do any risky jumps. Period. And I need to make another pickaxe. And I need more wood. Do you just notice how much of a pain in the ass this can be at times? Please be nice. Please remember to put the tick speed up to 30. Well, mob griefing is on, so our phantom spawns. Only thing I don't have is, like, item drop on death. Because I still think that is one of the most bullshit mechanics when you can lose literally all your shit because you died in the nether and now you don't remember where you died. Dying in lava is one thing. What was that? I think that was me. But, like, dying someplace and now you can't recover your shit? Bro, what the fuck? Or rather, there just simply isn't enough time to recover your shit? Again, and I cannot stress this enough, bro, what the fuck? 3 sounds like a good starting number. Oh, fuck, the spider's gone. I need these 2. Nope! You mother... Oh, okay, I lucked the fuck out. Right. I pretty much saw this tall mountain. I'm immediately like, oh, I'm building my shit up there. Another one of my gripes. If it's like the early game in Minecraft and you die and you lose like a shitload of cobblestone or all this wood that you were saving to build a house or whatever, and now you don't know where you went because you're doing a thing where you're not pressing F3 so you see your coordinates. Now you just don't remember where you were, and if you went a long fucking way from spawn, tough luck, I guess. Granted, somebody might be smart enough to, like, make a trail on their way or whatever. Plus, also, like, the whole food mechanic is really emphasized when, like, you don't have inventory drop, because then you're like, what the fuck even is the point? Because you're never at risk of, like, losing your stuff. And if you never really, like, take anything out with you that's valuable or that you can't risk, because that's all it does. That's all it makes you do with the inventory drop system, is it makes it so you never take anything out of your base that is high risk. You only ever take anything out that's relatively low risk. Which I don't find as particularly appealing design. Whereas with something like Valheim, you die, drop your stuff, you leave a corpse. Well, now it can be an adventure and quest in and of itself to go and get your shit back. I'm selling that back up. I don't want to deal with them right now. But does Minecraft care to make that part of the base game? No, fucking modders have to put it in. And it makes the gameplay experience a million times better. Not a million, that's quite the over-exaggeration, but you get the idea. It's why I can really only approach this game as a creative tool, and why I get really grumpy at it when it's like, oh yeah, Minecraft. Huh. Because I don't respect this game, as it were. Did you... What the hell, sheep? This is also a good reason why I made my made my base over here. Goddamn ravine. Alright, now I can make a bed. I don't know, man. I don't want to be like super negative about like everything that I play. Minecraft in particular, I'm just heavily critical. Because I remember a time when it was just fun to play. Now there's certain mechanics and stuff that are in the game, some of which were always in the game, and looking back and reflecting on it, I'm like, wait a minute. But in this particular case, with these particular, like, the hunger mechanic and stuff, I'm just like, bro, they really kind of screwed the pooch on this one, didn't they? Like, they could have made a better game, but they chose not to, huh? That's dismaying. Trying to think. Because I want to, like... What I want to do is I want to, like, make claim to chunks, basically. Because my brain is thinking in that way. If I want to do that, this is, like, the perfect height. A swap, go from cobblestone to dirt. Also, would it kill the Minecraft devs just to put in a dedicated sort button? Like, come on, man. I know inventory management is supposed to be part of, like, how and why you play a survival game, but I just, no. That doesn't make it fun in my book. That makes it even more tedious. I guess I these have seeds and we clear them out. I'll take this land one chunk at a time. Okay. Only thing that's stone has to be made into dirt because I'm leveling it. One might be like, hey, play with the nature around you, to which I say, I want to build a castle, so fuck you. Alright, I'm gonna turn that off. That's a liminal space and a half, and that's kind of terrifying me. I don't normally notice liminal spaces, like the back rooms don't creep me out, and stuff like that, but that, for whatever reason, just going off into the infinite of space, I'm like, ha, that's like genuinely terrifying. I think something in my brain was like, I don't like looking at that. Could you stop? But I'm mostly leveling this because I want a flat plane to plant trees. For this, I could build a shovel, but there's not a lot of dirt to really justify it, so it's just like, man. Whatever. Oh, fun. It's an eclipse. Or not an eclipse, a new moon. Man, you know, the other day, I thought about, like, you know, the start of a lot of survival games is always kind of rough. Is there a way that you could, like, make it easier? Like, maybe the first night isn't as punishing to the player or something? And then I think I was outside, looking up at the full moon. I'm immediately like, wait a minute. When the full moon is out and the sky is clear, like, you can see shit outside. Like, genuinely. So my immediate thought is like, why hasn't there been a survival game where, like, mobs spawn out in the middle of the night, where you get the first day and the first night, you are completely safe. So you get day 2, so the daytime, you're completely safe. And the night 2 is when shit starts spawning. And there might have been, like, a survival game that does that. But, like, every time there's a full moon out, that's your indicator that you can just roam around at night. Like, I genuinely think that would be a pretty solid mechanic to play with and to have. So, maybe a survival game should consider using it. Oh, that's just the horse. Don't look up, don't look up, don't look up, don't look up. Okay, maybe look up a little bit because I have to kill a zombie. Ow. Dropped a potato. Wait, is that? That's inside the chunk, okay. Oh, god damn it, will you fuck off? The only thing that using the, sure, this is still inside the chunk. Okay. That's not what I want. The only thing that using the axe does is save you, like, a durability for smacking a zombie. Yeah. Fuck off. Nope. Yours. Up yours, I am shaking my ass at you. I can wait, bud. Well, I guess I'm chilling in here. Great. And by the time I am allowed to go and gather the stuff, specifically the rotten flesh and the yellow flour, which neither of which are in short supply, so I shouldn't be bitching and moaning about this, but I will anyway, because who the fuck makes it so you only have 5 minutes to pick up your shit? By the time I'm able to go and get it, it's gonna have despawned by then. Seriously, though, anything that you drop in Minecraft has 5 minutes to last before, like, it just disappears for good. And I have genuine questions why anybody would design anything like that. Oh. Yeah, let's store the potato. We're not using the seeds at the moment. We're just flattening ground. We'll also store the coal. Not that I have any risk of losing it, but my inventory's kind of clogged. There. Day will break soon. And when it does, that skeleton's gonna burn alive. I'll show him. I mean, he fucked off. I don't know where to. That's right. I know I keep checking, but I don't look up. That'll go into the infinite blue, and that may not be any better. I just obsessively check, because this is one of those things where it's like, could you not? It's one of those things that, like, if I have a plan and I want to make it this shape, I better fucking make it this shape. Probably one of those autism things, to be perfectly frank. Where I just do not like it when things go wrong. And I've gotten better about it over the years, but man, do I still get grumpy. Like, for example, play something like RoboQuest, right? Where you got a good run going, you feel like you're gonna make it to the end, and then you die in like the second fucking level because of some random ass circumstances, and you're just like, you sit there and you're like, I had the perfect start, I had the perfect gun that I would hope to like re-encounter again and again throughout the run. What the fuck did I do? Like, come on, man. You just get so fucking grumpy about it. Arguably one of the reasons why I don't like inventory drop in Minecraft. Because it's a design decision, and some might argue a good design decision, because it puts that risk versus reward. I say it's bad, because the only way to play Minecraft, then, is to never take anything of high value with you, unless you have duplicates. Or you have some way of preventing yourself from dying. I feel like this was a good use of dirt. Yeah, the only way to win is to not play. Ostensibly. And while that is technically not true in the slightest, sometimes it fucking feels like it with, like, Minecraft and stuff, you know? Doing this because I don't know if you noticed, but those trees are kind of far away. And I want to build this up because I have an idea. I have a multi-floor, multi-entranced home castle thing. So, like, you know, there could be an entrance up here, and I can actually, like, level off the ground up here. So then I just have, like, another floor altogether. That way I can kind of play with the terrain a little bit. Oops. And, like, again, one of those things. It's just like, if people enjoy the risk of losing their shit on death, like, I mean, There are some weird people out there that eat tomatoes raw, and they're weird to me. Some of you who might be listening to this right now are going to look at me like I'm the weird one, and that's fine. Excuse you. But like, I don't agree that it is a good design decision to make it so the player who died and now is sent back to their respawn point, because they only have like a couple of those, their bed and the starting world spawn point. Oh, it's raining now. So like, they're adventuring and going out and about. Like, their time is no longer respected because now they gotta like do all that time journeying to that destination, wherever it might have been, all over again. And again, if they're not gonna F3 and like memorize that stuff, I didn't mean to take that screenshot. Like, they better have left some way that they can find that location or follow a trail to that location. Because otherwise, like, they're in trouble. There is no way they're finding it again. And if they drop their inventory, well, they just lost everything. Right? But it makes it so important. Like, you be careful with this shit. And I suppose one of the solutions that you can have, which, as I think of it, is a very reasonable one, but is one that personally bothers me, because when I set up a spawn point, that's my home base. I don't want to lose where my home base is if, again, I'm not using the F3 menu due to some challenge or some stipulation, or hell, maybe I don't even know it exists. Like, if I'm not using that to keep track of where my base is, there's no way to keep track of it other than maybe a map, provided that you got the resources to make one. Because I will tell you what, I don't have sugarcane currently. I can't make paper. And because a map requires a compass, which ET dubs seems really dumb and expensive in retrospect. Like, a map is nothing but paper, and how do you even write on the map? Anyway, it just seems odd to me. You know? Like, there are technically in-game ways that you can play around it, but the map is a very limited tool and doesn't feel good to use. Is that a village over there, or is that another watchtower? But like, plus the map is such a weird item, and it's like one of the only items that does this. Unless you're holding it in your offhand, you have to like actively look down to see where you're at on the map. Huh. Neat. There's a village over here. All right then. The immensely difficult thing for me is, like, part of me really wants to like Minecraft for more than it being a, oh, hey, this game is really good at being like a little creative tool. But I don't know, man. I'm so critical of the damn thing. Like, I'm not really able to bring myself to like it, really. So why do I play it? Because I view it as a creative thing. And plus, and I'm going to be real honest here, like, you don't buy games just to get their mods. But if you've owned Minecraft already, the mod scene is really goddamn good. Horsey, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Horse. 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 Well, this is awkward because now I need a saddle to move you around. But I guess I have a horse now. There you go. Ay, ay, ay. I'm not gonna make the walls out of wood. I'll, like, put some wood to start. I want to put brick up. Ow. So if I want to put brick up... The only good way to do that is to make a bunch of furnaces. 5 more. One of those things, I don't like weird stacks. Ooh, do I have enough coal for this? 8, 16, 32. No, I don't. I need a full stack of 64. Shit. Okay. Is there any more coal down here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, mines I don't care about, like, where they are chunk-wise. Underground. Like, underground is, like, the one place I don't care about chunk size. It's if the structure is going to go above ground that I care about where the chunk is and stuff. Yeah, plenty. Going to try to quickly light up the cave. I don't know. Like, I'm assuming this is a smaller system. Like, so small, calling it a system is a bit of an insult to systems, but, like, hey. You know, we try around here. Alright. Yeah, there's more coal and shit. Oh, that's not small. That's not small at all. A lot of it is thankfully in water. Last I checked, things don't spawn in water. Well, some things do, but not moving water. Ooh, do you see that? I see that. Ooh, hello. Cave has an entrance. This is like in fucking Crystal Project. You're just wandering around a cave and you're like, oh, it had a different entrance. Huh, okay. Could I go down, please? Thank you. Almost like a bat cave. Well, I guess in that case, once I'm done mining up everything, I will care about, like, the sizing of the tunnels, but only, you know, if they go out, you know, over there, for example. Like, maybe I'll do something with, like, what's over here. An underground farm or something. That's always an idea I like to do, because I don't I like to put the farm underground, because then it's more easily accessible, and then you know shit's not going to trample on it. But that reminds me, the optimal way to do a farm is it might take multiple chunks. Because with one source block, you can, like, make a lot of tiles farmable. Because I was just dicking around in my primary save, and I ultimately found that out. Okay, good. We'll have some spare. Okay. And, like, that's the only way to save time for whatever you're doing, is just make it in a batch. We'll need more torches. Is there any more coal down here? Did I somehow mine it all? Okay. Let's say. Oh, where's the chunk start here? Ooh. Ooh, this is all within the chunk. I have an idea. Sadly, I don't have the iron to actually pull the idea off. But I have an idea. So what a weird spot for that to just spawn, eh? That's a sheep. Down, down, up. Alright, so that cave should be safe now. We have enough to make a full stack of torches. I know I have 8, but like I'd rather this be in like 16. Just for my own sanity, because when I pick up 4, it's going to make a full stack. That way I can just split the stack in 2. And go. There we go. Oop. Oop. That's 2 full stacks of stone brick. Same thing. Empty, empty, empty. Oops. Ceiling's got to be 1 more higher than that. Ceiling. Build out frame. Yeah, all right. And we're going to fill in what we can with what stone bricks we got. Oh, sod off. Said fucking sod off. I loathe the mechanic, because I'm pretty sure it's a thing, where they will just... You're fucking with me right now. Yeah, and if my inventory dropped, it would just be a fucking hassle at this point. Some might be, hey, the way to save that would have been to make a bed and sleep in it. Which I say, you're right. But I want to put my bed in a specific spot and then not move the fucking thing. Because I'm lazy. Is the excuse that you will, well, I say you. General you. Nobody in particular. Straw man you. Would probably assume of me. When in actuality, I just really don't like moving shit once I've got it placed down. Like, it is a hassle and a half just to clean out my goddamn inventories in, like, Final Fantasy 14. But that's because it takes time, and I don't like using that time, because it feels like a waste out of time. Sorry, I bumped the mic. That's on me. Also, part of the reason why I don't like the way that chest systems in survival games tend to work. Because so many are just like, hey, you've got an inventory, right? You got chests, right? Cool. Hey, so what if you have to, like, open your chest, like, each one to figure out where your shit is, and I can't find my fucking base. Is this the right mountain? Is there just a random ass cat up here? Is there another village? Am I too high? Is that it? Oh, nope. Here we are. And yeah, they despawned. All that was a fucking waste of time. And part of that fucking waste of time was because my health isn't regenerating. Like, period. Because it's tied to the hunger system, which is just bad. So says I. I sincerely despise this hunger system. I don't need to level out anything else. Very least, this gave me time to wait on this. Which, again, I want even 32 each. Autism things. Just autism things. I was like, did I math wrong? No, it just uses up that resource when it's going to start using it. Boop, 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 boop. Because if I keep trying to do that, it will try to fill out the entire thing. From left to right, and then going down every row. Oh, right. There's a bit of a fall in a dip in the floor there. Part of what I can do if I want to make the level below me seem bigger and like it's supporting the rest of the building, would be to like just clear out the cobblestone ceiling and then let the wood floor be there. But of course, for something like that, you kind of generally want it to be more like, and again, like I'm doing fake physics here, but generally that's something that you want to be all like, ah, yeah, okay. I have an idea, because generally when you construct a building, it looks better when it's like odd in terms of its like spacing pixel wise. Yeah, that's technically part of the wall. You're not. Oh, no, you're supposed to be there. Never mind. The outline of the wall is done. So I intend to put, like, glass there, basically. Probably a glass block, but either that or have a too-wide door, and I mean, that would work, but again, brain is like, prefer to have one door to open, not two. What is this, a supermarket? I mean, it's like a castle, but like... I know, I'm weird. I'm weird. And now it's dark in here. Yay! I don't know why. I'm over here like, maybe I should ask the guests in chat a question. What sort of pets do you have? It's like, Mater, they're here. They're here for you. They're not here to be interviewed. Don't ask them silly questions. As much as I'm sure some guests in chat would love to tell me about their pets. Whole new stack of torches. Okay, I didn't realize I had that many sticks, so fair play. Now we gotta line the interior. Which the chunk is 16 by 16, which is... Wait. No, we've got a 14 by 14 floor. 14 squared. It should be like... pretty close to 200 blocks, I think. Yeah, 196. Okay. 64, 128. 172. That makes me 172, so we need 196. It's 180. And just another 16. 180. Should be 4 more. I think. Well, my math was ultimately wrong. I just had to, like, double the numbers except the last one. So that's 128. Oh, fuck. And I have to subtract 14 plus 3. So I have to subtract 17 from 196, which is 179. Oh, and a 5 by 3 hole in the floor. Tank. A 4x3 hole in the floor. Which tells me I can, like, just, you know, something like that over that. Except that doesn't work. We're here anyway. I think. Yeah, it still ends up being a 5x3. Yep. Still 5x3. Anyway, so 179 minus 128 is 51. I would need 51 more. All right. So that's 4, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Makes me too much, but that's exactly what I need. Oh. +1, because I'm going to remove that and put wood there. Because it's part of the door, man. You know, have there been castles with, like, wood floors? I'm sure there are. I had 15 left over. 2, 4, 1, 2. It's also weirdly like the perfect spot for it. Ah! Okay, cool. If I want to do something similar, I could put a pillar in the middle of the room, but I feel like this one's fine. This one feels more sturdy. Probably the stone brick. Yeah, because this feels taller for some reason. And this feels squatter. I think it's the way that it's, like, horizontal. Brick, anyway. We're going to have another layer up here. And I am going to need a door. Right. Well, those updates made it so that makes 3 doors, which, I mean, makes sense, but at the same time, it's also just like, okay, what do I do with the other 2 doors then? Granted, I prefer making 3 doors from 6 wood versus 1 door from 6 wood back in the day. It's still just like, okay, I have too many doors. What do I do with these doors? Hello? It's like, you know, nothing gets done as a result. Okay. I had all that wood then. I guess now I would make a bed up here. Oh, it's gray? I thought it was black. Eh, close enough. Oh, well, now you can really tell it's gray. I like darker bed sheets. Random thought. There. Yes, right under the torch. All right, now I'll respawn here. And this would be the next chunk I gotta level out. Starts from this height. You know, a chunk is supposed to be 16 long. Maybe the next thing I do is I'm going to level this out. It's got to be at floor level, which is up here. Is that ceiling level? Like, this is very efficient and gives me a lot to play with as far as, like, actual appearance of stuff. Because if this wasn't here, then I couldn't do this. I could do it with half blocks, admittedly, and that's a way to, like, save space. Could have done it that way. I think. They don't get grumpy when you do that, right? I actually have never tried this. Give it a quick shot. Never mind. Why not? Game? Why won't you let that be a thing? I mean, I get why. Because, like, this block and this block both require... I mean, back in the day, they didn't require different things to mine them up, because this would still require a pickaxe for some reason. But, like, this requires a pickaxe, and this is better mined up with an axe. So if you combine them, then it becomes a matter of, like, well, now it's a singular block, and these are coded to, like, mine out a singular block. But if it was smart, it should be. It still recognizes that this is half a block. When you do it like this, it just mines out the whole block instead of letting you be selective about it. Even though, if I use this wall as a demonstration, see that outline? It's still coded to just recognize the slab. So that's dumb. So in other words, outside of carpet, this is the only way to get two different kinds of floors. Well, a ceiling and then a floor above it. And it looks real fucking thick, because these blocks are approximately, given the in real world measurement of 1 meter by 1 meter. By 1 meter. Because they're cubes. They have 3 measurements. So they're fucking huge. These are meter thick. And as a result, it would help keep you warm because it insulates your shit. So, you know. Had a moment where I was reflecting on my past. Oh, I also want to make stairs for this. Basically, I was spacing out. Stairs. I think the one thing I don't understand. You put in 6 and you get 4 back. everything else is like whatever you put in, you get back. So why can't stairs be that way? Knew I'd regret making those half blocks. I didn't make stairs. 6 in, 4 out. Why? I think if you get the, like, saw blade doodad, it turns into, like, you know, 1 in, 1 out. Really dumb. Like, that's the most cost-effective way to do it. But that's not how it works. It just kind of exists to screw you over, I guess? I don't know, man. I just work here. Hate it, because oh right, we wanted to level out that rain out there. All right. Let's manually measure it out. So the chunk starts here. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Am I right? Hey, I am the correct. Yeah, I don't know if they drop the seeds if you just like cover them with a block, so that's why I'm manually breaking them. I'm gonna need to make some farming space or something here in a bit. Because, like, otherwise I'm gonna constantly deal with health no longer regenerating and not being able to sprint after a while. And I don't think I need to tell you how aggravating that can be. Okay, that is the appropriate height. It's gonna look a little weird, but I think it's gonna be kind of neat. I don't need to be as nitpicky about me counting the numbers, because I know where it stops, because I made it and turned it. Oops. I'm pretty sure if you do that, it doesn't end up dropping the seed. After a while, it doesn't matter, but you know, at the moment, I'm not growing them. I don't want to be wasteful. Good stop. I had a feeling. Good to know where ultimately the floor layer is. Cool. All right. And now we just fill this up. God, could you... Oh, Jesus. That would be such a tedious, boring challenge run. Just like Minecraft, one chunk at a time. You can't move on from a chunk until you level it. And it has to be accessible from the previous chunk. So you have to, like, be able to jump up it somehow. And, like, you can build and plant whatever you want on any chunks you've leveled. But if you want to go in a different direction, well, buddy, you're going to have to level that chunk. And if you want to mine anywhere, you have to, like, move through a chunk that you've leveled, which means that, like, mining becomes incredibly difficult. But I guess technically, if you really want to, you can mine under a leveled chunk and just clear it all out. So, like, the surface would be completely flat so you can navigate across it. But then if you dig one block down, just nothing all the way to bedrock. Which, considering how deep that is now, that's a fucking long-ass ways down. I think that's my horse friend. Hi, horse friend. I'm gonna need more dirt than that. And because where that is, my intention is to, like, build one more layer up. And then, because I think this is at the 5, level it off here. And then I can, like, build something out here, and it's like some sort of tall watchtower or something. Because it's at the height of the mountain. Anyway, I gotta dive back inside. Both to go, but also so I can get more dirt. Trap doors? What, in response to, like, just making this, you know, digging right under a flat plane? Man. I didn't grab any dirt. The hell, me? Yes. Of course. Of course, that would be the first thing you would suggest. I think I'd need, like, about that much. And there we go. Another leveled playing field. So then I can have this floor be a thing, and then I'd have an exit there and an exit there, so I can access these two planes. I can also flatten this one. Though in this case, I'd probably want a shovel, because to flatten it would require me to, like, actually dig up the dirt rather than place it. Just because I'm curious. One. Ooh, this one's not high enough. It's one short. Is it? That is not what I counted before. What the fuck happened? You know what? Yeah, because this is actually the 110. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, that's where it stops. That's where we want it to be. And see, I like this aspect, because it's like, I've got fun ideas. Are they very practical? No. Are they fun? Hell yeah. At least I think they're fun. At the end of the day, ain't that all that matters? If your answer is anything but yes, then I feel like we play Minecraft for very different reasons. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. 10. 15. Doing a quick recount because the grass got in my way. 7, 10, 16. Eventually I'll trust myself on that, but for the moment, not yet. Oh boy. Yeah, and that this is starting to get where it's like, leveling that chunk is a lot of work. So it becomes an exercise of, I mean, you could, but should you? The answer is no. No, you should not. Save your sanity. Don't fucking level up that much terrain. That's a lot of dirt blocks. It's even assuming you're using dirt blocks. That should line up. Sure does. All right, so I'm gonna need more dirt. But I think it'll be neat because if you look at this, it's like we basically end up with like 3 different layers. That final layer would be accessed like through a roofway, and well, then I can start making it a little bit differently shaped. All right. I think that'll do it for me tonight. Thank you very much if you stuck around to the end of the stream or however long you stuck around for. I do appreciate your time. It's one of your most valuable resources, and hanging around here is, you know, means a lot to me, especially when I'm just rambling and shitting on the game I'm playing. Hell yeah. Sorry, my partner just sent me a picture of their bathtub tray, and they got themselves some snacks and like their drink, and they are gonna have a good time in that tub. Very hells yeah moment. God, I'm tired. Is anybody streaming that I want to raid? Wow, there is one person playing Pal World in my list. I mean, there's multiple still on Twitch, so that's not surprising. But I feel like maybe the hype is kind of sort of starting to die down a little bit. Just a little. I mean, it probably doesn't help that like there are people on Twitter and shit that are yelling at people being all like, oh, don't play the game because the CEO is a piece of shit. And, you're horrible if you play this game. This isn't a situation where it's Hogwarts, like, whatever the fuck. I don't even remember what the fuck its title was, where, you know, the money that you buy the game with would actively go and help somebody who is transphobic, right? Like in this case, your money is going to go to somebody that's going to make fucking AI generated projects, and I don't support that. At the same time, other than the long-term ramifications of what that's going to do, at the very least, he is not killing people. Or they're not killing people. But yeah, we're so far removed at this point that, like, if you fucking played the Hogwarts game or whatever the fuck, it's like, whatever. Like, I don't have a fucking opinion for you. You know where you stand on that one. Anyway, I mean, with all that said, I don't know. Might head over to the Juker. Sure. I don't know what he's playing. What's he? Oh, he's playing Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. Why are you playing that old ass piece of shit game? I don't know, but it'll at least be entertaining. Let's go raid the Juker. Beyond you guys using your time, folks, please remember that you are always welcome here at Mana's Potion. I'm gonna go get ready for bed, but I will see you guys next time. Let's get that raid started. I wonder what other ideas I could come up with for my Minecraft world. Probably at least 500,000 ideas in my head alone.